Sweet. All right. I think, yeah, there we go. Okay. Never know. All right. I'm going to quickly introduce myself. I am Emily Stark. I am the director for the Mrs. Colorado and the Mrs. Wyoming pageants. And today I have with me my Mrs. Wyoming American. And so for everyone who has no clue what this title is, this is the sister title to Mrs. Wyoming. And so this is the first year where the gal with the highest scores from the judges got the title Mrs. Wyoming, and then the first runner-up got the title Mrs. Wyoming American. So it has an N at the end. Super confusing, but hey, we just roll with it. But what the cool part is we have two queens working in their community. And so that is such a huge benefit and doing amazing things. And so I get two Mrs. Queens this year from Wyoming. So that's so cool. And so I want to introduce you to Randi Carpenter, and she is my 2020 queen. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm like in my head going, are we 2021? 2021. All right. So
it's been a confusing year.
It is. And you know, you add a virus issue and you add everything closing and shutting and not and masks. It's been a fun year. So tell us about you and your family.
Oh goodness, about me and my family. So we are crazy. We are a very busy family. I am the wife of an amazing military member. My husband is a part of the Wyoming Air National Guard. He's actually a chief. His name is Sam Carpenter. And we have now been married for 12 years. It's crazy to think about that, but cool. We have made it 12 years at this point. We have a crazy blended family. We have 10 kids total between the two of us. It is crazy. We have 5 of them left in the house at this point. So we have 3 boys, 17, 16, and 10. And then we have 2 little girls, 7 and 6. And they're just amazing, and they keep us very busy and keep us on our toes. And I would like to say keep us young, but sometimes I think they age us.
I think I agree with you.
Oh, goodness. I am a part of the Wyoming Air National Guard. I have been a member now for 15 years, and most currently, I am now a navigator on our C-130s, which has been an incredible opportunity that I absolutely love. I would not give it up for anything. I love being in the air and just getting a new perspective on life on a daily basis, and it's just a really cool experience.
Okay, for the non-military people listening, let's define what a navigator is and what a C-130? Yes. Yeah, I already lost the numbers. I'm not the girl. So tell us more about that so that a non-military person goes, oh, okay.
So as a navigator, I am up on the flight deck of our plane, and I laugh because the easiest way that I can explain it is that I tell our pilots where to go. So essentially, it's my job to keep us on track as far as our course is concerned, as well as a big piece of it when we're actually in the deployed environment is that my time on target. So it's my job to make sure that we're on time to every place that we go, to include when we're actually dropping supplies to people on the ground or when we're landing and dropping supplies off. So it's also my job to make sure that we are where we're supposed to be when we're dropping off supplies, and we're not just dropping them in random places. Now, as far as the C-130 is concerned, we are not the fast movers of the world. Originally, that was my goal, was to be on a fast mover. But then I got to know the guys over here and our flying mission, and it's incredible what these guys do and what the planes do. And I guess I should say what we do as a part of them now. But we fly on our C-130, so it's a big mobility plane. So our job is to ensure that people, cargo, anything that needs to be moved from one location to the other, that happens.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So is that full time?
I am out here full time. So I'm in the uniform daily.
Nice. No, and hence the uniform for today. You know, I'm like stealing a little lunch hour.
Yes, that's okay. I'm willing to give up lunch.
Especially with the national pageant coming, like you haven't eaten in 2 years anyway. So no, I'm just kidding. Don't follow that diet.
I was going to say, with the holidays here, that one's a difficult one to follow anyway.
Yeah. Oh man. So tell us, What do you, so what triggered you to enter a pageant?
So I actually laugh when I tell this story because it is no kidding. 10 years ago, I had just had my son. I was home on maternity leave with him, and I was in the postpartum blues, baby crazies, whatever you want to call them. And I was Google searching online something to make me feel better about myself. And I ran across Mrs. Wyoming. So that was 10 years ago that I started this journey. I have not competed every year. However, I don't know what made me decide that that was going to make me feel better, but I was like, I'm going to go be a pageant girl. If you can tell, I'm not a high heel girl. And so it was completely outside the box for me, but I did it. And I showed up the first day. We went through rehearsal, and I will tell you, at lunchtime, I walked out and was in tears. I asked myself what I was doing. I questioned everything about what I had signed up for. And then a lady came up to me, one of the other competitors, and she gave me a hug, and she said, "Oh, honey, you've got this." And she started building me up. And before I knew it, I had women all around me, exceptional women all around me who were building me up, who were telling me that I hadn't made a mistake, that this was the right thing to be doing, and showing me all these incredible opportunities and just beautiful women with amazing hearts and minds. And it changed my entire perspective on what Mrs. Wyoming was about. And I have now, off and on, over 10 years, competed 4 times. This was my 4th. And I can tell you that's the one thing every single year that I'm not disappointed by. And it's the women that I get to meet. And now, as Mrs. Wyoming, that just continues, because now I get to reach out in the community. And I have met some of the most incredible people through this program that I don't regret any of it, or competing the number of times that I've competed, or the postpartum crazy that got me here in the first place.
But I have to say, I think like people attract like people. I think you are one of the most genuine, selfless, incredible people I've ever met. So I think like people attract like people. So.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm telling you, the people that I have met through this are just, it's incredible. It's some of the most amazing women.
They are.
I love it.
Yep, they are cool. I think people expect it to be kind of like that crazy reality show that that they like to show on television with cat fights and different things, but in reality that is not the norm. That's for TV and for TV alone. The reality is a pretty supporting, educated, well-rounded group of women that just want to see other people succeed, and they want to grow themselves personally and try something different. And, it's fun to dress up once a year. I kind of tell myself there is no event that in my life, in my normal life, that requires anything like an evening gown. And so it's my one time that I know at least once a year I get to wear an evening gown.
That is very true as well. And I 100% agree with everything you said, because it's amazing. And it's even, you think about it within your own state, and then looking at it now, I have sister queens from across the United States that have reached out to me, and we're involved in each other's projects and helping lift up people across the US. So I have women from Georgia sending stuff to Wyoming. I've sent stuff out to Montana and Georgia. I have stuff from Kansas coming in for Wyoming organizations. Colorado has been incredible with our sister queens there. It's amazing that it is so down to earth, and it's not what you see on TV.
Thank gosh. I think you and I would be out.
I couldn't handle it.
Either. I've got well, I don't have teenage girls anymore, but I have girls. We've got enough drama. So tell me, what have you done with the title so far? And what are you working on? What are your projects that you want to accomplish during this year?
So I was actually a little caught off guard when we first did our introductions for Mrs. American on the Facebook page. All of these women, I shouldn't say all of them, a lot of them have very specific projects that they're involved in. And there was a term that I kind of got caught off guard by, but the potluck queen. And so I do have a passion flying and empowering other women, empowering young girls to reach out for their dreams is definitely my passion. I was told that there was no way I would ever fly, that I had missed my opportunity because I'm older in the military. And one of the guys challenged me one day and said, "Why are you accepting no instead of challenging no?" And I took his words and I ran with it. And then I was told during the process, "You've got less than a 1% chance. You're never going to make it." And yet here I am on a daily basis, getting to work in an operations squadron, getting to fly. And it helped me realize that sometimes, especially as women, we accept no and we don't challenge no. And until we can empower each other to challenge no, we get caught in that rut. So my passion lies with that. However, I'm very much a potluck queen. I work with numerous organizations. I help out with our prior queen, Liz Tolan, her organization for Toby Shower for Babies. I'm involved with Toys for Tots right now, which I absolutely love the Toys for Tots mission. It's something we do every year regardless. And right now we're doing the actual shopping week. So as soon as I leave work, I'll be headed down there to continue to help them with shopping week. I've also worked with the Wyoming Homeless Coalition to get them coats. We earned over 600 coats in a 2-hour period. It was crazy.
So good, so good.
During October, Mrs. Wyoming, Amanda Palmer, and I teamed up. And actually, some of the Mrs. Wyoming contestants from last year teamed up with us, and we were able to earn, 1,300 pairs of socks in a month time frame that we donated back to organizations here in Cheyenne. One of those of which is Family Promise, and they're very specific. They are the only program in Cheyenne that reaches out specifically to families. So children, adults. The other programs work more with the adults, and they are the only ones that work with the family specific. So that was awesome to work with them. Further this month, I'll be continuing with Toys for Tots, as I said this week. And then I actually am working with our healthcare providers right now. Mrs. Georgia American, her passion is healthcare. And as a nurse, she's actually pushing for knowledge and supporting our healthcare workers. So I'm getting ready to work with them, and she sent me a bunch of bracelets so that we can hand them out to remind them of how much we appreciate everything they're doing in this very trying time. So I'm working with our director of nursing and medical here in Wyoming to set up a time with him to get those bracelets out in honor of Mrs. Georgia American. And then we also are getting ready. We're still working on dates and pinning them down, but I get to be a part of a nurse flight across Wyoming so that we can actually take some of our nurses out and fly with them. So I'm excited for that. The date got changed because of COVID, but we're still working through that right now.
Nice. I love, and that's one thing I think people need to realize. Things are still happening, even with COVID and even with the rules and the masks and all the different pieces and parts. You can still be part of your community. You can still make an impact. This is really the year that the community needs the queens and the local title holders to do something. This is the year to step in and do something.
Absolutely. And it's amazing to me, the programs I've worked with, talking with them, they all have a story. And when you start to hear those stories, you can relate back to them. And I know that there was a time in my life where I needed help, that I needed somebody to help me stand up on my 2 feet and get back at it and get back in the community and just feel stable. And so it's really cool to know that we all have down times and it's okay to reach out and ask for help. That's what programs are for. That's what Family Promise, Toys for Tots, all of these programs, that's the reason that they're here and that we have them. And so it's okay to say, hey, I need your help. But the even better part is when you're back on your feet and you're able to, is to be able to turn around and say, now, how can I help you? And to give back and to put that, even if it's just time, put that time back into your community. And it's incredible to be able to do that with a platform, but it's something that we can do on a daily basis, regardless of who we are or what platform we're tied to.
Exactly. Nope, that's exactly it. All right, so we'll wrap up because I just want to keep it a check-in. And so let's wrap up, but tell me, is there anything else you want to say today, or is there anything you want to share, or anything coming up that you go, hey, everybody, I need your help with, or...
There are some other things that I'm working on the horizon, so more information will be coming out. If you have not logged in and liked the page, please do so, just so that you can follow us and all that myself and Amanda, and then our sister queens down in Colorado, both Amandas. I say Amanda and I forget both Amandas, Mrs. Wyoming and Miss for Wyoming. Follow them both because they're both out in the community doing things and we're working together. So please follow us. And then if there's anything that you need help with, please don't hesitate to reach out. I love getting out in the community, and so do my sister queens. So if there's a project that we can help you with, or that we can get the word out, because even the coat drive, the plan was to be there, and unfortunately COVID hit us as well. So I was not able to attend, but just the fact that we could work together and get that word out there, I truly believe that was one of the big pushes to help the community know it was available. So happy holidays to everyone. Again, please, if you can, reach out and support, help others, just feel the holiday spirit. And even past the holidays, we're in that time right now that even just a hello, a thank you, or I'm thinking about you means a lot to people. So that would be my big pushes, or my big challenge, I guess, as I put it out there, is take that moment just to reach out to others, even if it's just a, hey, I was thinking about you, because it does make a difference.
Well, that's perfection. I'm not going to add anything more. Thanks for visiting with us and having no lunch today.
Thank you. I hope that it is warmer down there than it is up here right now, but at least we might have some snow for Christmas.
We do have snow. It's cold. I am wearing a tank top, but that's because of the benefits of a heater. Love talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Emily.
Thanks. Bye.